Hello everybody, my name is Victoria James and just decided to make a new greeting for my YouTube channel because it used to be a little bit different channel, but I realized that it transforms into something new, so it's good to take notice of that and just kind of say why the channel is changing and what exactly I'm trying to communicate now. So just for those, a lot of my subscribers are Russians and Russian speakers because I immigrated from Russia 10 years ago. And a lot of my subscribers are people studying Russian and people who want to learn about Russian culture. But it's becoming something larger than that, and it's becoming something different. So I decided that I will continue making videos about Russian culture, learning Russian, and Russian life, life of a Russian immigrant in Washington State partially. But I also decided to add to that a new agenda because I always enjoyed having really rich and interesting cultural life. And I feel like I just have a talent to look for free or inexpensive events or places where you can have a good time and meet new people in Washington State, because I used to go to school and to University of Washington for many years, and back then I didn't have a lot of money, but I still wanted to have a cultural life, go to theaters, communicate with people, see new places, learn more about American history and history of Washington State in particular. And because of that, I decided that my channel now will be called Heroes of Our Time, Inexpensive Washington State. So it would represent both of my values. First of all, to show just one person living in this historical time, which is me, and how I enjoy having good time without spending too much money. It's going to be about inexpensive cafes, theaters, clubs, possibly historical places. I already made a video about Neely Historical Homestead, which is that's absolutely free just to see the house built 150 or 40 years ago, and etc. So I'm just going to make very objective, honest videos about how to spend time in Washington State without too much money. If you're on a budget, I'm not on a budget anymore, but I used to be, and I still enjoy saving money and spending them for something else because I am a European person. I enjoy travel. I always need money to see my Russian friends. I always need money to travel to Europe because I'm a history major and I just enjoy seeing historical places. So it became a really big part of my life, creating a life where I still can have good life in Washington State and at the same time have savings enough to travel to the places where I want to be. So I guess that will become an additional agenda for me to teach people how to have a good time without spending too much money, and how to save, because this year I've learned a lot of ways to save money. As I said, travel is a very big part of my life, so this is something that I'm going to help people with and teach people. And I would appreciate your feedback, what you would like to see on my channel, what you would like to learn about Russian culture, or maybe about Russian culture versus American culture, about my experience, or maybe something that you would like to know more, like how I look for places where I go, how I find out about interesting events. I guess my channel will be the most interesting for people who used to go to theaters and historical places and interesting places, and this is a big part of your life. And if this is something that you would like to do and would like to learn with me, I'll be your educator in this question. And I also would appreciate if you educate me and you teach me more, where I can have a good time with me, myself, or with my friends, or somebody else. And so that's basically what it's all going to be about. Please leave your comments, subscribe. I already have a good number of subscribers. Not a lot of good comments yet, but I hope there'll be more. And I'm glad I found something else I can explore, because I'm just a researcher. I'm a history degree major. I used to major in history, and I guess that's just something that always was a part of me, having interesting life, exploring new things. And I think part of what I'm doing is just I want to have some sort of journal that my kids, I don't have kids yet, but one day I want my kids to be able to see my channel and just kind of shuffle it and go through the channel as though it was my personal diary or a journal, and see what my life was like. So I would appreciate your comments. I would appreciate your subscribe to my channel, and your advice is always appreciated, because what I do for myself, but I also do it for you. And thank you for watching, and this is Heroes of Our Time in expensive Washington State. Have a good day. Victoria James.